Hello friends, as you know, neural networks are developing at a great speed, and to keep up with reality, I will tell you about simple neural networks that will help you in your studies, work or business. First in line will be the DeepL translator. This neural network trained on the Lingui database, applicable to 31 languages. DeepL serves as a translator similar to Google Translator, but copes with its tasks better, less errors, more correct text. It is able to translate simple text into more complex text, in simple, business, academic, casual and friendly style, which will help you to build a document, communicate with a foreign friend or possibly negotiate a business deal. The next neural network is DeepSeek, a notorious chat room that is similar to ChatGPT, created by Chinese company Highflyer. Let's take one of the features of DeepSeek, a chat function with AI characters, famous personalities, mythical creatures, and so on. Let's take as an example the billionaire president of the United States, Donald Trump. Let's command him to be in the role of Trump. We got an answer in his style. The communication is very similar to the real Trump. Now we can ask the AI Trump more correct questions. As an example, let's take the question, how did his friends make money on the trade war? The AI creates a psychoportrait of Trump, adding his strengths and weaknesses. One must admire what it has created quite believably. There are narcissistic traits, not knowing how to lose, self-praising speech. Now let's move on to something more important and useful. DeepSeek is famous for its chat programming. DeepSeek has an understanding of all programming languages, both high-level and low-level, widely used, narrowly focused, including scripting languages. Unlike the same chat competitor GPT, DeepSeek is more logical in building the architecture of the code. This neural network can literally write code for some lightweight application, which will also work adequately. You can try to create a calculator in Python as a small example. And so DeepSeek made a small code, also reported features and usage instructions. I suggest not to hesitate and test the code. So we have copied the code. On top is the menu of operations, selection processing, entering numbers and calculations. Run it. Write the number 4 for the arithmetic operation. Enter the number 20 on the first line. Enter the number 10 on the second line. The answer is 2. Let's take another example. Write the number 1. Add the two numbers 167 and 381, and we get the answer 548. Based on these examples, we can conclude that the Chinese neural network handles queries well, and also writes code at a proper level, observing OOP rules and processing frameworks and libraries. However, it is important to realize that an AI tool, no matter how good it is still not perfect. Sometimes errors may slip through or obsolete libraries may be connected. Therefore, it is important, even at a basic level, to understand the topic of answers. Want to add here neural network for design Looka. If you are engaged in business, create projects, see social networks, this neural network is able to create a logo of your brand, depending on your preferences. Draw an emblem, personifying the company, come up with a template business card or advertising banner. To develop materials for printing previously could only a specialist with education and experience. We can use the platform without registration, in order to understand whether the platform is able to cover our needs. Now to business. We set the name of the brand that you have invented. It will be used in the creation of style. Now choose the sphere of activity, restaurants, beauty, fitness, and so on. The direction does not have to choose from the proposed options. You formulate the direction yourself. Already in this point it is noticeable that it is not a typical automatic generator, but a smart neural network. It understands your descriptions. Here you should specify the layouts that you like. There are 42 in total. In theory you can add absolutely all of them. You can also go back to the previous step and change the professional area. This will not affect the range of templates, but gives you a chance to set new criteria for other ideas. There are 9 colors from which you can only choose 3, so pick what you like. Decide on the symbolism, the criteria for which can be noted from the proposed ones, or you can compose it yourself. This is the last step, after which the neural network will start generating the logo, so you can still experiment on it. At the top we are given the opportunity to come up with a slogan for the brand. You can also change the brand name. Color and symbol. Looka has generated a batch of initial works that can be developed further. If nothing suits your taste, then click Generate More Logos and see the next batch of works. Select the logo you like. If you want, you can use the fine-tuning editor, which is controlled via the side menu. It welcomes you with the suggested section, where you can find more variants according to the criteria you set. In the drop-down lists you can change the style and color scheme. Below, other variations are generated based on the new settings, and on the right is a larger logo and a preview of how the element will look on business cards, mobile apps, signage, and other real-world examples. In the layout item you can change the layout of the element location. Palette is responsible for the color palette. More Ideas section is responsible for the font and color. Background item is used to change the background. Name and slogan settings for the name and slogan, respectively. Symbol section is responsible for selecting the central object of the logo. In the container item you can select the stroke. Click on the download button in the upper right panel to see what the logo would look like in real scenarios. If you like everything and the design fits perfectly, click Get Brand Kit and download. Looka service cost, paid for $20. You get a logo in the form of a file. For $96 a year you get not only a logo, but a complete brand kit with templates for business cards, flyers, prints, designs for social networks, and so on. But there are many ways to get a free photo that I can tell you about on the YouTube platform. I got one of them. Thank you all who watched till the end. I will be glad to have your support. I hope you liked it and subscribe to my private Telegram channel. Soon there will be a very interesting video. Good luck. Goodbye everyone.